Not sure about my Steelers jersey.
Unreal. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Reacting to just a miserable Vikings 24-21 loss to Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, is that just not the most Vikings bullshit that you could come up with?
I think you were like super lucky to have it come down to that. I mean,
obviously,
24-6 start the fourth, like you were getting mauled.
Just a disaster.
And we kind of just like did some ridiculous nonsense to keep you in the game. Yeah, I mean, it was Steelers Vikings. It's funny how it comes down.
Yeah, of course it's like that. So Paul Farrington joined by Jack Weinberger, Robert Ziggy Ziegler, who's out in Iceland right now. Ziggy trying to get over to Europe. Who's Ziggy clearly not having
Ziggy get a haircut?
A great morning. I guess it's afternoon for Ziggy right now.
I'm on vacation right now.
The haircut,
right? And like I show up for this. I watch the Minnesota Vikings play. You know, it's like I'm in Iceland. Right, this is where the Vikings are supposed to be. I'm seeing people with Steelers jerseys walking around here.
Well, I told you
it's ridiculous. Like you fly into the Iceland airport, there's Steelers jerseys everywhere. There's terrible towels. Then we just lose.
I mean, so
and like it's I thought at least we would lose in peace, and I could go back to my vacation, sort of have a good time. And then they give us hope.
No,
I just knew. Like it was the Pittsburgh Steelers blowing the game versus the Minnesota Vikings blowing the game. It's what these two franchises always do. And the stoppable force lost to the movable object. We're out of this. I mean, Carson Wentz era is over.
Well,
Carson Wentz, JJ McCarthy, it'll still suck. Season's over. Defense sucks. I'm done.
So there was attendance was probably 75,000, I think.
Yeah.
How many Vikings fans? 6?
No. I thought there was a good handful of Vikings fans.
I don't think I saw any. I think I saw towels flying the entire game.
It's so ridiculous. And like, I mean, Jack, you could seen this coming the whole time. Like it's so ridiculous to me that we're getting our ass kicked the entire game. And there's something wrong with this damn team. That of course we have the ability to make the comeback, and then you have the stupid things like how is Jordan Addison getting caught by your linebacker on that play?
Well, I was going to say Peyton Wilson gets the game ball in this game.
Oh no, it's an amazing play.
That's a 50-second tackle.
No, it was an amazing. And I'm watching Addison run. And it's like the Vikings just have this ability to like lead you on and make you believe, but then do the one little thing wrong. It's like, oh yeah, of course we have a 70-yard completion, but he's tackled at the 2-yard line. It's like you have to be happy because you just got down. You have a chance again, but it's like, can't you just run in the fucking end zone and get the job done?
It's
just so annoying, man. And then they get the ball back, of course, and like it's not. Could you just run up the middle and get the first down, put us out of our misery? No, give us the ball back. And it's
no.
And it's not like, can you just sack us on the first play, end the game? No, we have to get to the 40-yard line, and then you have intentional grounding, and it's like every single time with this team, it's the same thing.
I was gonna say I don't. If we had lost that game in overtime, I think Mike Tomlin should have been fired for not trying to gain half an inch to close out the game.
I was
giving the ball back to you. And NFL kickers nowadays, like you can bang 65-yard field goals.
Oh no, we needed 15 more yards to have a shot.
You had to go 30 yards total, probably 15 more yards, and the game is tied.
Because Reichard would have hit a 70-yarder last week, and we probably would have missed it.
But after the way that we dominated the entire game, if that went to OT, you were going to win.
Yeah. I don't know. We probably would have thrown it down to the 5-yard line, got picked off or something. It's just what we do.
We kicked your ass, and you had the ball, the chance to tie the game.
Totally kicked our ass.
Yeah, but this one, I don't want to hear it. The Steelers kicked our ass.
We kicked your ass.
Your hardest possible to lose this game. T.J. Watt tried to throw the game. Mike Tomlin tried to throw the game. Like every single player on the Pittsburgh Steelers, even Aaron Rodgers, just sat there and decided today we're going to lose to the Minnesota Vikings.
We're also not that good. We're also not that good. We kicked your ass.
They kicked our ass today.
We kicked your ass.
That was a bad
We did
game.
our best to blow it. Like we went for it on 4th and goal, ran the ball and didn't get it. Then we allow Addison.
That made no sense. Why you're running from?
Yeah. Then we allow Addison to get open on a 70-yard game. We should just have 10 guys back.
No, these were two. You looked. I was going to say these were two bad teams, but generally speaking, for 3.5 quarters, you played really well. The Steelers.
Yes.
Like Rodgers looked sharp. The defense was flying around most of the day. It was just a typical Viking Steeler-esque game.
Like we tried our best to blow it.
Yeah.
After. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just like, the title of this video and the thumbnail of this video was probably going to be the same, right? With the way the game ended or the way it was in the early 4th quarter when it was a blowout. My feeling was just miserable. But it's just you leave it to the Minnesota Vikings to give you both kinds of misery. Just the doom and gloom of how are we going to get through the season. And then they find a way to top it by saying, actually, let's just make it heartbreaking too. Screw you guys.
Also, we had Adrian Peterson in the backfield today and Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell.
That guy-
Jack's brother
like
at the line of the
7
day,
yards
Ziggy.
a
He's like Kenneth Gainwell looks like Barry Sanders today. And yeah, 19 carries for 99 yards, first multiple touchdown game of his career. It's like DK Metcalf has the
bad
most
offensive line, by the way.
Yeah, bad offensive line. DK Metcalf
the
has the
Steelers'
most.
offensive line's horrible.
Do you see DK Metcalf had the most receiving yards in the first half of his career today?
But what was it? What, an 80-yard touchdown?
Still, it's just
I think he had
mind-boggling
like
how this
22
team-
fantasy points at the half.
All right, we'll do Vikings and we'll do Steelers side of this here. I thought.
You're dead. You guys.
Oh no, we're totally
Yeah,
dead.
you
But
guys are terrible.
You know what it is with the Vikings this year? We either look like the best team or the worst team in football. There's no middle ground with this team. And it's been this way for 4 weeks now. And today, for most of the game, up until the very, very end, we looked like one of the worst teams in the league. And it was just an offensive nightmare for several reasons. On third, I need to see, what was the final third down numbers in
It
this
was
game?
legit. Like the first 3.5 quarters, like watching Pittsburgh get in the backfield was like watching a college team versus a high school team.
Yeah, it was, well.
Look, we had 5 guys in the backfield every play.
So again, yeah, we can build it out here, but third down, the Vikings go 4 for 14. Pretty sure you guys had like 3 sacks on third down. You had an interception. You just dominated us on third down. The offensive line, we came into the game without Donovan Jackson, our left guard. We ended the game without our center, Ryan Kelly, again, and without Brian O'Neill, who left with a knee injury. So you guys did what you're supposed to do to basically a second string offensive line, which was kick their ass. And it's just ridiculous. And then you see, the Vikings have turnovers, which the Steelers have been good at forcing those all year long. Carson Wentz holds onto the football too long, has some back-breaking sacks. He was sacked, I think, 7 or 8 times on the day. And it was just the kind of game where if the Vikings wanted to win it, you had to keep Carson Wentz upright. You had to have him getting the ball out quickly. And we couldn't do it. So Ziggy, right now where we stand, personally speaking, I feel like the season's just completely blown up. And if you watch weeks 1 and week 2,
Where's Zach?
it feels like the future is also blown up with the way JJ's looked. Continue to talk me off the edge here.
Well, I'll talk you off the ledge. The season didn't end this week. The season ended when J.J. McCarthy got injured. The fact is, we talked about with Andy earlier this week, the only way this Minnesota Vikings team was going to be good, not necessarily great, but just good for the season, was if J.J. McCarthy played solid football. Carson Wentz is never going to, I like Carson Wentz. He's a fine player. He seems like a stand-up guy. At this point in his career, he is not a player that's going to lead your franchise to the playoffs. J.J. McCarthy didn't look like that guy either, but at least there was a hope, right? You give him some more games, some more time, maybe things can work. But the supporting cast we were supposed to have the best defense in football. We discovered a few weeks in that wasn't true when the Falcons, who got shut out by the Carolina Panthers, carved up our defense. We were supposed to have a great reformed offensive line. We discovered that was wrong week 1. The season's been over, Paul. Well, whether we win this game or lose this game, it's not going to happen. And increasingly, I worry, we've got some people in our chat saying the Vikings are just a quarterback away. This game did not look to me like a game that was a quarterback away. I know you can say if Carson Wentz played a little bit better, we win this. But the defense wasn't good. The offensive line was putrid. We're just not there.
I mean,
we weren't there earlier.
I told you guys midweek that there was no way you guys were going to win this game. I mean, the Falcons mauled you. You looked horrible against the Bears. We were not going to lose to the Minnesota Vikings. That was just the truth of the matter. And the fact that you guys made it a game, I was very impressed. I was impressed by that.
Oh, it was an amazing comeback.
I don't want to hear that, Jack. I do not want to hear. This is a team seriously going to the playoffs. I don't want to hear you guys were good. You made competitive against the bottom dweller Pittsburgh Steelers team with 48-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
I told you that we are good enough to get by bad teams. I said that. We always do.
I didn't want to believe you were a bad team, Jack.
The Minnesota Vikings are not. They're not good.
No, and look, the offensive line having its backup unit in does not help at all. We can't have that as the excuse, but when we talk about the way the Steelers really limited the running game too, Jordan Mason, the first drive, I was like, Jordan Mason's going to be an all-pro this year. We were running right down your throat.
I didn't see the first
Wentz
drive.
looked good. Yeah, no, we looked great. And of course, I don't know if you saw this, but if you missed the first drive, Mason had the fumble that Ramsey returned for a touchdown, and it wound up being that Jordan Mason touched the ball while he was out of bounds. And I was just like, I guess that was a precursor to what the rest of the day was going to be for the Vikings offense. But we couldn't get anything on the ground. Wentz, he's just got this problem of holding on to the football too long, and several times it killed us where, either we were in field goal range or it just set us back. It felt like we were living in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. And when you have Josh Allen...
That's exactly what I said after the Bengals game, right? Everybody was talking about what a great performance Carson Wentz had, but we said that problem would come back to bite us, and it did the very next game.
Yeah, if you have Josh Allen or if you have Lamar Jackson, a third, as long as Jack's not watching, a 3rd and 8, a 3rd and 9, it feels like nothing. When you're the Minnesota Vikings with Carson Wentz and 3 backup offensive linemen, a 3rd and 8 feels like 3rd and 42.
I felt like it today.
And that's what it looked like this afternoon. It was just morning.
Then at the end, when it was 4th and 18, I'm like, they could try this play 100 times. They're not picking it up. Like, I think we stopped this 100 times out of 100.
But it's just like it's all so Minnesota Vikings too. You start that drive and the first play, my brother and I are watching it. Wentz loads up, and we both had the same reaction, like, oh, shit, Carson Wentz, forget about overtime. He's trying to win this thing right here. And naturally, it's intercepted. But it's only the Minnesota Vikings, again, where, actually he bobbled it, so let's give him another shot. Okay, let's make it look like, Watt jumps off sides. Well, maybe we should take a shot downfield. No, we'll take the sack. And it's just like this team has a way of making you believe and snatching it like no one else in sports.
Now,
I challenge anyone to show me another team.
The funny thing is, I don't believe that Kansas City loses 2 straight games at home to start the year. And these Pittsburgh Steelers will be 2 games up in the AFC North.
Oh, yeah, if the Chiefs win. Well, not on the Bengals, but forget
the Bengals. Yeah, I'm talking Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Yeah, that's the only team you're worried about right now.
Yes. And if we're 2 games up now going into week 5, it's all systems go.
I have no idea what to think about watching the Steelers. I just have no idea what to think about them. Because the first 3 weeks, that defense is just getting torn apart. Today it looks really good. And then all of a sudden you just have these mistakes. And Rodgers has moments where he looks like vintage Aaron. And then other plays where he's just getting blown up. And I think today overall, though, my takeaway was if things break right, I don't think you're a Super Bowl contender. I just don't think you could get to the level of those other teams. But this is certainly a playoff caliber team again.
The truth of the matter is the Steelers aren't very good.
But they are. Do you think there's much difference between the Steelers this year and what they've been as far as being like a first round eliminated wild card team?
That? Philly just blocked a punt for a touchdown.
That's classic Philadelphia. Bullshit. When it rains, it pours.
Why can't the Steelers ever do something like that? You guys blocked a Chris Boswell field goal today.
I thought for sure.
I've never seen that
for sure. After blocking a Boswell kick, you would imagine that.
Yeah. I mean, that honestly should have been 21-3 in the second quarter, and it was over. Like, you guys had that big stop, blocked the field goal. There was some life.
Do you think, though, so again, though, back to that question. Oh, I'm sorry, Ziggy. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do you think that this current Steelers team, do you view them any differently than the past 8 years of Steelers football?
I think they're the same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah. But, like, I do think that this team, I think they could win a playoff game. Like, if they were to go and win the North, they could win a playoff game at home.
Yeah,
but they're not like
they need to win the division.
But they're not getting past. Like, they're not going to Buffalo on the road. They lose by 40.
When's the last time you won the division? Was it against the Baker Browns team?
Yeah, and we lost that game at home in the playoffs. That was the last time we won the division.
Yep. And that's what needs to happen here. But this is the best position you've been in to win the division in years.
Oh yeah,
because Baltimore has questions as well beyond just their record. The defense has been fairly bad.
What I was saying as well is, this week is, week 1, how the offense looked great against the Jets, but the defense was bad. If you can find that like happy medium where it comes together and the defense is good and the offense is decent. And the first 2.5, 3 quarters today, that was the case. Mm-hmm. And then we imploded. But like 3.5 quarters of football, the Steelers did look very solid today.
Yeah.
And then tried our best to blow it.
No, if you're a Steeler fan, you're looking back on this game. The immediate reaction is like, how the hell did we almost blow that? But if you look at the game as a whole, you're saying, okay, like we finally had the defense the defense was forcing some pressure. Generally speaking today, I thought the offense moved the ball well. Gainwell did play really well.
I thought
DK got involved.
Rodgers was good too.
Rodgers was sharp. They held up a really strong Vikings front four and kept. Did Aaron get sacked maybe twice, right? I think he had 2 sacks, both by Redmond. But other than that, you kept him clean from Grenard. Dallas Turner couldn't get there. And I thought what was most impressive about Aaron was he looked like he was in complete control of the offense. He knew where he was going to go. before the play. He was quick with his decision making, accurate, like, and it felt upbeat. You know, you saw him and Tomlin like fist bumping each other, chest bumping each other after DK's touchdown. Like, it felt like this is what the Steelers were hoping it could be.
Also, too, like you guys made it. It was 24-14 with 7 minutes, and I was impressed because the typical Steelers of the last like 6 years would have gone 3 and out right there.
Mm-hmm.
But like Rodgers and Gainwell on the offense answers right back and goes 80 yards up the field. Granted, Gosford doesn't get it, but like took a lot of time off the clock.
I mean, this is the thing about Aaron Rodgers of the Steelers, right? Is I don't think he's the sort of player who can transform this team completely. Like, he doesn't make them a Super Bowl contender overnight. But I think you're totally right, Jack. Like, there are moments where you see Aaron Rodgers is the most competent quarterback that's been in the building since early 2010s Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, mid-2000s.
His ability to just operate the offense and take care of business when you need it. Is that enough to get him the Super Bowl? No. Is it enough to win a playoff game for the first time in forever? It's certainly on the table. Like, if you're hosting, like, the 2 or the 3 seed is not out of the question. Their schedule is not terrible. If you're hosting, like, I don't know, who's going to be the 6th seed in the AFC?
Denver
could be Baltimore or Kansas City.
Yeah, like that would be an issue.
Yeah, but it's like, I think you have a chance of winning that game at home.
That's what'll happen, right? You'll wind up getting Kansas City coming because the Chargers will win the division for the first time. You'll get Kansas City coming
and
in,
they'll beat us in Pittsburgh,
and they'll beat you on some ridiculous.
Yeah,
but you know what though? You could beat them in Pittsburgh. You can't beat Buffalo. You're not beating Buffalo and Buffalo. You're not beating Kansas City and Kansas City. In Pittsburgh, you guys truly can beat anybody. Maybe except like Buffalo going in there. I really think you can beat anybody in Pittsburgh. And if you're a Steeler fan today, again, don't feel great about what happened at the end, but there's real hope, and that's kind of cool.
The first 3.5 quarters, I was actually very happy.
Yeah, like we're looking at
one question, Paul.
Yeah, go ahead, Ziggy.
Why does Aaron Charles Rodgers not play for the Minnesota Vikings?
Oh, dude, I'm watching.
Why is he playing in Pittsburgh?
Oh, so like today, like if you guys had Aaron Rodgers today and we had Carson Wentz, it's a totally different game.
I'm trying to stay optimistic about this, and
we beat Mason Rudolph with Aaron Rodgers 50-0.
I don't want to be.
I also can't believe that. Like, you two are Vikings. I can't believe Zach picked the Vikings in this game. Like, I thought Zach was smarter than that.
The Vikings were favored. I
mean, that's just ridiculous.
You're watching the first half, and you're like, how the hell could this team be favored? It's just, they just made so many mistakes. And Ziggy, to go back to what you were saying, I'm trying to move on, and I'm like, you know me as a fan. I can't help but look back, and I'm still caught up on the Kyle Hamilton thing. I'm talking about Will Johnson being great for the Cardinals. Like, I can't move on from things. I just can't do it. And I'm watching this game today when we're getting sacked for the 7th time, and Rodgers is just dishing it out to people like he's Chris Paul. And I'm like, if we had that guy, we could win the Super Bowl. Now I know we have other problems, and that the leaky offensive line would be an issue for anyone. But I'm just watching Rodgers play, and I'm like, how could we have not gone in on this? And you could say it for Darnold. You could, like, whatever you want. The Vikings are a team that's built to win. Today they had some other issues. If they had a quarterback, they'd be right there. And watching Aaron today, it felt like a revenge game. And it must have felt pretty good for Aaron Rodgers, who spent most of his career beating the crap out of the Vikings, to get denied by the Vikings and then beat the shit out of them again. Like, that's just, what happened.
We also left the door open on so many occasions too.
You could have finished us.
Yeah, it could have been 31-14. The opportunities were there.
Yeah, you missed the field goal. You got stopped on the goal line. You decided to not go for it on the 4th and 1 at the end of the game. Like, this game looked close. It was not.
No, I don't think it was close.
And that's why it feels horrible, because it's like we got our ass kicked, had a miracle chance, and then had heartbreak. It was like a double FU.
I will say this. We do the Paul Farrington show. It is my job to watch the Minnesota Vikings. I will continue to watch the Minnesota Vikings. If we didn't have this show, if it was not my job to watch this team, this would be it for the season. This loss was that painful. The way we lost it, the hope, seeing Carson Wentz flounder out there, seeing a terrible offensive line, seeing the defense struggle. I'm 100% serious. I would be done watching the Minnesota Vikings for the year after this game. It feels that bad. That is what I mean when I say the season is over.
I also do hate the 9:30 a.m. kickoffs on Sunday. Like, those are truly terrible.
It's great over here.
True. What was it, 2:30 p.m.?
Yeah. It's
what confuses me is why, like, what's Ireland 5 hours ahead of us?
I think so.
Like, why can't you just start this game at 1 o'clock also, and it's 6 o'clock over there?
Well, they want to make it special. They're trying to make it. They want everyone who is awake, and if you're in Pacific time, it's 6:30 in the morning. But they want it to feel special as a standalone game.
Like, having
That's
this
why
be
they're
the only
doing it.
game that's watched.
Yeah, because all week, what are they saying? They're saying like, join us, get up with football, and they're having the Ireland commercials, and it's the only game on. It feels different than if it's just part of the 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
slate.
that's true. That is true.
All right, let's wrap it up here. That was just another
I'll
disaster.
say one more thing.
Please, Ziggy.
Jackson Dart just scored a rushing touchdown. We could have had him too. I'd rather have Jackson Dart than whoever else.
That's
we
what I
got
was just
out
gonna
there.
say.
I like
It's
Jackson
7-0
Dart.
Giants.
Is it 7-zip
so,
Giants?
So we're gonna get going.
I told you.
We're gonna get going, and we're gonna watch this game because it's.
I'm telling you, they're going 14-3 to end, and Jackson Dart's amazing.
Oh man! All right, everybody. Appreciate we had this is a great turnout for this episode.
I'm right again.
If
Then
you're
he's
enjoying,
stealing Madison beer and
I
going
know,
to the
I
steakhouse
know.
tonight with her.
if you're
Telling
enjoying
you.
this content, please remember to subscribe to the channel as we're chasing down 25,000 subscribers. That was a lot of fun. We'll see you for a lot more today. There's some big games, including the Packers-Cowboys Sunday Night Football game, which we'll also be reacting to. It's off to a horrible start. I expect the day to get much, much worse. And that's just how it goes in this life as a Viking fan. Jack, congratulations, Jack, by the way. You were the only one who predicted the game. I kept making the joke about Kevin O'Connell splitting the G by the third quarter on the sideline. And Jack fired back with just a perfect response of, looks like Tomlin splitting the G, Paul, with like 2 minutes in the third, and then just wrote back like
21-6, we had the ball.
Yeah, it's just miserable. But that seems to do well on this channel. So enjoy the day, guys. We'll see you a lot more this afternoon, this evening. And until then,